What's up, traders? This is Vee Trades, and today I'll be doing a technical analysis breakdown for the Walt Disney Company with the ticker symbol DIS. Remember that if you want a chart analysis guaranteed to be done, please read the description below. Before we begin, please take a second to give the video a like and subscribe for more chart analysis. I appreciate all those who are already subscribed and like my videos. Just a reminder that this video is for entertainment purposes only and does not constitute any financial advice. We will start out the technical analysis by going over what I see on the daily chart and potential price targets. Then we'll take a quick look on the weekly chart to wrap it all up. So this was one of the viewers' requests, so thank you for your request. And also, if you guys would like me to start polls where I have about 4 to 5 stocks where you guys can vote on, and then I could do a video on that. So if you guys would like something like that, just drop it down in the comments down below. So I'm going to show you guys how I would trade this. So it looks like Disney was range bound for quite a long time. It looks like pretty much the entire year of 2021. And then recently it had this breakout because prices don't stay inside our ranges forever. Sooner or later, the price will move in one particular direction. And this time it looked like counter trend. So this could be a trap for all the shorts. And then prices might just rocket up soon. So the first thing I would do is map out the bottom of the range. It looks like it's right at this level because that's where the most touches are and the bounces. So it's at the 169 level. It looks like the highs of the range is probably at this 201 level. However, prices have not gone up there. Prices stalled out in the midline. So that it doesn't really matter, but it still holds prices pretty nicely. So that's why I consider this the range instead of just doing something like this. I'm gonna use the top, and then the midline, this dotted line, is acting as support and resistance. So this fits pretty nicely. So since prices broke outside of a range, I expect it to make a measured move down. Most of the time it does do this if the trend is strong enough. So it looks like if Disney does continue lower and lower, I could see it possibly hitting that 136 level, and I'll put a horizontal line for you guys right now. So it could reach that 136 level. We are closer to 136 than back all the way up to the breakout level, which is 168, which eventually it might reach that too. But if Disney does continue lower, that's where I can see it going. There was also this measured move right here. As you can see, this was the first leg down, and then there was a little correction, which is the center of the pattern. If I just drag this lower, this measured move is already hit. As you can see here at this 152 level, there was a little buy right here, but this buyer just got stopped out. Wasn't strong enough of a target. So it looks like they do probably want to continue lower, maybe reach this 136 level. We don't have to, but it looks like this is where prices can be going next. Now, we had this huge gap that formed, and that means there was a lot of orders right here that got filled and stopped out all the buyers. All the stop losses got hit, and the sell stops got triggered, and then it added fuel to the fire, and then you got this huge move down. So looks like prices are still inside of this channel right here. Let me just fix it right now. Trap in all the prices. Let's make it yellow so you guys can see it more clearer. So as you can see here, all these price bars are still inside this downtrend channel. Even if we do get a little break outside, maybe something like this, I can still see us retest the lows or make a new one. But if we don't go back down to the lows and we do get above the EMA, maybe something like this, and the EMA starts coming around, then I could see us target all the way back up to inside the range and possibly even the all-time highs. Because if I zoom out on this chart, you can see that there was the uptrend prior to this range, and now we broke out counter trend. So as you can see here, the bigger pattern is this uptrend. If I drag it up right there, let's make this orange. You can see here we get a lot of touches on the midline. So it looks like this midline is accurate, and then we do get possibly, we didn't really get the third touch here, so it's not really that strong of a channel. I believe maybe it's not even in play at all. We do get 2 touches over here, but it does make sense because we had this uptrend, and then prices came off the higher side with this double test. And normally when prices come off the higher side, we go to the lower side. So the way it did it this time is that it slowly grinded sideways to the lower side of the channel. And now the buyers were waiting for that move up. However, it looks like they trapped in the buyers. trapped out the buyers and trapped in the sellers, and now we might get a possibly a short squeeze or a V bottom reversal to go back all the way up to the highs and retest it, because this possibly could be the this definitely is the first break of this orange channel, but I don't know if it's in play. It does look like it's in play, and I'll stick with it as of right now. So that's why there is a bullish thesis to this chart, because we had a break outside this channel, and normally when we get a break outside of a channel, either up or down, we get a retest of the previous extremes, and in this case it's a previous retest of the highs. So we could go all the way up to the all-time highs, back up to the $200 level. So I can see that playing out for Disney. That's if we complete this downtrend right here and get above the EMA and start finding support and continue higher. So that's how we can play out. But if we do pull back, because I do expect a pullback, we are far away from the EMA, we're not going to stay inside this yellow channel forever. We could find resistance at the EMA and then go all the way back down to this measured move right here, this 135 level, before continuing higher. Maybe or maybe not. We'll just have to wait and see. It looks like there's also a possible gap that Disney could form back here, but normally gaps don't always get filled if the trend is strong. We don't have to fill it, but it is a possible target that prices could reach. So I just circled it for you guys. But as of right now, I'm a little bullish on Disney overall, just because when this correction plays out and this breakout plays out, we could just reverse and go back all the way up to the highs. So that's what I can see happening. We just got to go day by day and see how the price action plays out, because if we do find resistance at the EMA, like I said, or this breakout, and we could just possibly make another leg down, something like that. But if we do break out and make a new low just real quick, and then we start reversing and then get above the EMA and find support, then we could just rock it up to the all-time highs. So that's the two ways it can play out. Either we start finding resistance at the EMA or this breakout level and continue lower, or we get above the EMA and start finding support and continue higher. So that's how we can play out. We just gotta wait and see when prices come back to this EMA and how it wants to do it. So let's go and wrap this up on the weekly chart. So here's the weekly chart, and as you can see, this was the uptrend that I marked on the daily chart, and it fits better on the weekly chart. So this looks like it's valid, and since if it is valid and we do have this break outside of this orange channel, I do expect a retest of the previous extremes, or this high right here. So that's how we can play out, especially since we just slammed right into a previous resistance level that now has turned support. As you can see here, previously it was resistance, and then we pushed through it, and it looks like there was a little bit of support here formed on the daily chart on the micro pattern, and it looks like we could be possibly finding some support here. So is this the buy the dip opportunity? I don't know. That's up to you guys. I can't tell you what to do. But if it was me, I would be waiting for possibly a buy signal right here, a bullish pattern to at least maybe ride up all the way to this breakout, and then possibly if it doesn't find resistance and it finds some support if it passes through, we might make a new all-time high. So that's how I would be playing it out, just because there's little risk for it to continue lower. We are extending from the EMA. This is a breakout, so I do expect to pull back. We just gotta wait for the right patterns to enter. You don't just enter blindly. Well, that's if you're a trader. If you're an investor, you just find stocks or prices you just like purchasing at. But that's a different story. But that's how I would be playing it if I was just trading this. It looks like we had one leg down, and this is the correction. This looks like the second leg down. So this correction could be over. And if we get a signal right here, then I would be entering long to ride up to at least this breakout level and possibly even retest the highs. So that's how I would be playing it. We just gotta wait for this correction to be over and give us a signal to enter. So I'm bullish on Disney. We just gotta wait and see how it plays out. As of right now, the price action looks pretty good. And as I said previously on the daily chart, we just gotta wait for possibly that new low on that slim channel working lower. And sometimes we don't have to get that new low, but I do still expect prices to retest it, maybe create a little double bottom before reversing. But this is how I can see it play out. We just had this two-leg pullback back to the 147 level. If we find some type of support and some signals, then you'd possibly enter and then continue higher to retest these previous highs. So that's where I can see Disney going. Other than that, Thank you for stopping by and checking out my video. Make sure to check out the rest of the channel since you might be surprised in what you can learn. Leave a comment down below on where you think prices are headed. Also share the video if you want your friends to learn about the markets. Lastly, I appreciate any feedback to help improve the channel since I want to deliver great content to you guys. See you next time and bye.